Hello, and thank you for joining us this evening on our webinar of the Ashby, Ivanhoe and Ipswich collaboration of schools. We thought that this was a prime opportunity to introduce you to the three head teachers of the schools in your local area, and also myself. My name is Nicola Koncharovich, and I'm the Director of Education for the Life Multi Academy Trust for the schools in this particular region. The aim of all three schools is, of course, to ensure a high quality education for all of those young people in our care. But we can't do that without parental support. And we are all really keen on making sure that there is regular communication regarding the choices available for your schooling for your child. It's important that you understand that the three secondary schools collaborate together, and more than ever, now we're all part of the same multi-academy trust, we can share that expertise across the three schools to make sure that whichever school your child goes to, they have a great experience. But it's important that you understand where the vision and the values of the three head teachers come from and how they are really passionate about the schools that they lead. So during this session, I'm going to introduce you to the three head teachers. While you're watching their presentations, there's an opportunity for you to submit any questions that you might already have regarding choice for your child. You can submit those by entering your question onto the chat on the Teams event. Now, those won't be seen to everybody, but we maybe have an opportunity at the end for the head teachers to respond to some of those questions. If we don't get around to all of them, then of course we will produce a frequently asked questions document to engage you with over the next few months. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our three head teachers.
Good evening, my name is Sophie Williams and I'm the head teacher at Ipswich Community College. It's my pleasure to speak to you this evening, and I truly understand the importance of this decision that you're making regarding the next stages of your child's education. And in particular this year, as all three schools are changing their age ranges, so the options are wider. When you choose Ipswich for your year 10 and 11, your child will continue on their 5-year journey with us. So they started back in year 7 for the majority, but not for all students. And I can't tell you how excited we are at Ipswich at the prospect of keeping them after year 9, something that's always made us sad. We've always struggled with the notion that having spent the 3 most formative years with us at Ipswich, we've always been sad to say goodbye to them, knowing that they were going to go to the safe hands of Ashby, but longing to see them continue to grow and develop as young adults. But now we can, and we will, and I just want to reassure you and say that although it's only recently that we've been granted permission for the age range change as part of LifeMat, which we are truly grateful for, we have been planning this for a few years now, and we do feel ready for this new and exciting opportunity. We are a caring, friendly and inclusive school whose success is built on a wonderful team of staff with a clear focus on learning and on treating students as individuals. And at Ipswich, we know our students really well. One of the many benefits of being a smaller secondary school with approximately 600 students on roll. And it's meant that, and continues to be that, relationships are formed really quickly between staff and students. And this really helps to support students throughout their time with us. Form tutors, pastoral managers, adult mentors offer care and guidance with student wellbeing as a priority, whilst faculty leaders, subject teachers, teaching assistants support academic progress for all students, whatever their starting point. They really understand every student's strengths and areas where they need more support. So at Ipswich, we are proud of the relationships we have built, which are built on trust with so many of the families that we serve. Community is so important to us. It's in our name, of course. And working with families, we know that together we can achieve greater outcomes for our students. And when things go wrong, and sometimes they do, we respect each other's views and aim to be solution focused, but most importantly, student focused. We continue, as we always have had, extremely high expectations of our students to follow our ethos, the respect standards, which along with our knowledge curriculum is designed to enable all students to fulfil their personal goals, know themselves well, and their important roles as citizens locally, nationally and globally. We really look forward, with the age range change, to the opportunity to get involved in a variety of student leadership activities which have been age restricted. We're looking at Leicestershire Citizens, Duke of Edinburgh Award, and these will sit alongside things that have gone on in the past, like university visits, careers fairs, and other events that will develop resilient, independent learners. At Ipswich, we believe that success is possible for all students, and of course, as I said before, we've got high expectations of academic progress. The 5-year curriculum which we follow is knowledge rich and is designed and built to build upon the robust foundation set at primary school, developing mastery through years 7 to 9, and then as a springboard for further study. And we're really proud of our curriculum. It allows our children, all children, to flourish, whatever their starting point, through engaging, challenging lessons taught by expert teachers. We've got a clear focus on reading and its importance with the library being at the heart of our school. We acknowledge that reading is the key to academic success, as well as broadening horizons, developing imagination and creativity. By the time our students are in year 9 and considering their options going forward, they will have a clear understanding of their own strengths, supported by their teachers. This is going to allow them to make appropriate choices for the future. Through our PSHE and careers education, they will really know themselves. They will have an idea of what they want from life and how they're going to achieve their personal goals. At Ipswich, we want our students to achieve the very best results at Key Stage 4, whatever the course they take. Over the past academic year, our staff have been working tirelessly, collaborating with colleagues at Ashby, at Ivanhoe, at Bosworth Academy, and across the mat to make decisions about the right Key Stage 4 curriculum for Ipswich. They have met with their teams in school, with the senior leadership, and discussed their exam board choices, the rationale, the benefits to them, and the subject offer that's going to be available. They're now planning the programmes of study to start to teach in August 2022. And next year's professional development will include a huge focus on training around Key Stage 4 and GCSEs. Our respect standards are at the heart of everything that we do. These are a scaffold for our students to become those well-rounded, good citizens of the world that we want them to be. Our aim is to develop them into resilient, independent learners who leave us with superb qualifications, excellent communication skills, and the self-confidence, vision and understanding to be successful and happy in a fast-changing world. Thank you for listening this evening. Really look forward to meeting you all very soon.
Good evening, I'm Dr. Jude Mellor and I'm the Head Teacher Designate for Ashby School. Ashby is a school with a really proud history, and that history is built around a number of key values. Firstly, that students are empowered to learn. We want students who are really able to access the curriculum that's right for them and can take every opportunity to build their successful future. And that leads into our second value, that anything is possible. We want students to be aspirational for their future, wherever that may take them. And within that, we have 3 vision statements for our students: to show respect, to accept responsibility, and to build resilience. So they have the tools that they need to face whatever challenges life might throw at them. Ashby is currently a 14 to 18 school with students arriving in year 10, predominantly from Ivanhoe and Ipswich, though we do have students from other schools in the local area as well. Our Year 10 and Year 11 students are based predominantly on the Nottingham Road campus, and many stay on into our sixth form provision, which is mainly on the Leicester Road campus. Though you do see some movement backwards and forwards, so students can access the best facilities for the subjects that they want to study. As you arrive in September 2022, we will also welcome our first ever Year 7 cohort to Ashby, and we're very excited about that opportunity. But it's a great opportunity for you as well to be able to grow your leadership skills, to be mentors and role models for those younger students, work that you will have benefited from in Year 8 and Year 9 at primary school, and I know you will want to share with other students that will follow in your footsteps. Ashby is a big school, bigger than a school that you're used to going to at the moment. But we're really committed here at Ashby to making sure that you can find your way around, get to all the places you need to be, and be really comfortable in those learning spaces that you're going to get to enjoy. Of course, size brings many advantages to a school as well, and we have some fantastic facilities that your young people will be able to use. In the area of PE, such as the rugby pitch, the 4 badminton court sports hall, we have a swimming pool on site, but also in the arts, where we have our lecture theatre where we can put on productions, dedicated art rooms, and also a fantastic set of design facilities. We've also got facilities to support students outside of learning, and our library is a beautiful space full of fantastic books. I'm so excited to be able to share that with the students that I work with, but also different areas to eat in, a different catering option in different areas, and lots of outdoor spaces that students can utilise when hopefully the sun is shining. Curriculum isn't just about the subjects that students study in the classroom, it's about their whole experience of schooling. And we're really pleased that Ashby's been able to offer so many opportunities to students in the past, and will continue to do so into the future. For example, the sports clubs that they're able to run, both in terms of students having opportunity to experience sports, but also to compete in sports. And we've seen some real successes in those areas. For example, the boys under 16 hockey team going to the national finals in London in 2019, and we were so proud of them and their achievements. It also means that we can do things like theatre productions, and our production of Chicago in 2019 was a real smash. Some of the other areas though are things like Duke of Edinburgh, where students really get to showcase the breadth and depth of their talents, looking at different areas within that qualification. And then some opportunities to do something completely different. The ski trip that runs to Europe or across to North America, and also those overseas trips. And we know that students will be really excited about the opportunities to broaden their curriculum and broaden their school experience that those will offer. When you join us at Ashby, you'll be put in a form, and you will have a form tutor just like you do at your current school. And those form tutors stay with you wherever possible across your GCSE studies. You'll also have year team leaders who are there to help you. And we absolutely believe that at Ashby, we are only as successful as our students are. Those people are there to help you to find your feet, to be happy, to be successful learners, and to achieve everything that you can in your time with us. We'll also make sure that in preparation for your time with us, you see us fairly often around transition events. And so coming to Ashby doesn't feel like something that's a big jump, but just the next step in a natural journey, if Ashby is the school that you choose. I so look forward to, within that journey, getting a chance to meet with you face to face, to find out all about you, to say hello, and to welcome you to our lovely school if this is the place for you. In the meantime though, it only remains for me to wish you a really successful end to your term and a really great summer holiday. One of the big things that you might also be worried about is the routines of learning that you're going to need to adopt when you have to move from an English classroom to a maths classroom, and a maths classroom to a design classroom. And again, that's very different from primary. And we have lots of people here to help you with that, and lots of induction activities and transition activities to help prepare you for that change. It's something your Year 6 teachers will talk to you about a lot over the next year, how to get yourself what we call secondary ready. Because secondary can feel a little bit scary, but it's such an exciting opportunity. And we absolutely committed to making sure that you have everything at your disposal that you need to be as successful as you can possibly be in every area of our curriculum. I so look forward to being able to meet so many of you face to face, and I wish you a really, really lovely summer holiday.
Hello and welcome. I'm Alison Alford and I'm the head teacher at Ivanhoe College. I'm talking to Year 8 parents this evening, and I hope that I've met many of you already, but I know it's been a long time since I've been able to welcome you to the building, hence this webinar tonight. Part of what we're doing this evening is to give you some information about the choices you will face, you and your child. ready for year 10 and 11 when they reach that age. So you were making a decision on up to October the 31st where you'll pick your school. Now that's the first time that has ever been an option. So what I've got in front of you here is some of the terminology we're going to use this evening, because it can be quite confusing. So we're talking, sometimes we talk about GCSEs, sometimes we talk about vocational subjects, sometimes we talk about Key Stage 4. So just to make sure there's some clarity here. So Key Stage 3 is year 7, 8 and 9, and we're currently at Ivanhoe a Key Stage 3 school, as is Ipswich. So the aim will be that we will become 11 to 16 schools, so we will cover Key Stage 4 as well, and then Ashby School will begin to cover Key Stage 3, Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5. So there will be a range of qualifications on offer at all the schools. More familiarly, normally there will be GCSE subjects, and the expectation is that most students will cover a range of GCSE subjects. One of the key questions you'll have about Ivanhoe is, can we do it? Can we deliver GCSEs? That's not what we've done in Ashby before. We've always gone to Ashby School. So for us, it's been a long time in coming. So we've been preparing for age range change for probably the last 4 years, if not before. We always see GCSE as starting in year 7 and running to year 11. So it's a 5-year course, and we plan a 5-year course, and we always had. But normally in year 9, we hand over to Ashby School teachers in order to carry them on the rest of that journey. But the majority of their study, the 3 years in a 5-year GCSE, has always taken place here, and we're very proud of that, how we've set them up for excellent results later on. Now, it might feel like there's a lack of experience in the team, you're not sure that we know how to teach GCSE. So I just wanted to spend some time reassuring you about, given the choice you have, we are ready to deliver this. So not only do we have teachers who are experienced in teaching GCSE, we have teachers who are already examiners for the exam boards that set the questions going forward, not just GCSE but vocational subjects as well. So you can see on the screen, so we've got Mrs. Lee, who's in the English department, is already an examiner, Mrs. Hull for geography, and then Miss Koenig is actually a team leader, and she's been part and parcel of writing all the GCSE design modules as a senior examiner. So I think that in those terms, I do feel like we are ready, and where we have had gaps in teams, we have recruited to fill those gaps. Aside from examining, we have key moderators and teachers who've been teaching for a long time at GCSE. So you can see on the screen there, you'll all know Mrs. Palmer, we've got Mrs. Watkins, and then Mr. Samuel, all who have worked at GCSE, A-level and BTEC courses in the past and led those courses. They're also trained moderators and internal verifiers for various courses across the Key Stage 4 GCSE and BTEC options. So in terms of staff development as well, we have staff who work not just in Ivanhoe but across a range of schools. Mrs. Creswell is one of something that we call evidence leads in education. She works across the whole of the area in Leicestershire, Northamptonshire and Lincolnshire, spreading her expertise in terms of good classroom practice. You've got Mr. Perkins, who we all know as a head of PE, who is working with Sport England, and he has been supported most recently in his project with Sport England by Will Swathes, who actually wrote the OCR exam board spec for GCSE. So in those terms, our connections are really strong. So part of my confidence in being able to deliver GCSE is from the connections we have within the building. And then you'll all know Mr. Cubitt, who's subject leader for music, who leads across Leicestershire in terms of a technology leader and the music education hub. So in terms of some of the expertise we have in the building, probably you weren't aware of how wide this goes beyond Key Stage 3 and Year 9. So you can see that we're ready and we're really looking forward to the challenge. But I wanted you to bring your attention to some of the things that we're hoping for at the end of all this. So what are they going to leave Ivanhoe with at the end of 16 before they're going to sixth form or to college or whatever their choices are going to be? So we're looking at life-changing outcomes, and that doesn't mean just GCSEs or vocational results. An outcome might be, you know, a fantastic sporting performance or musical accomplishment. Of course, we're looking at the whole person. We're looking at developing children into young adults who make the right decisions. We're looking at inspiring students to become lifelong learners. So it doesn't finish when they finally get their results at the end of 16 or 18. They're going to be looking at what can I do next and how can I develop myself. We're looking at being personalised, and that's one of the benefits of this whole system. So as soon as we go smaller year groups, the personalisation is going to be more apparent, which is very exciting. We want our students to feel challenged, and we're also trying to teach them to be really discerning. So we know we're in a very complex media world, but part of our job as schools these days is to make sure we give them the techniques to navigate that world in a way that's going to make them safe and happy. Now, what we're going to offer in terms of leadership. So if you choose us, if you stay with us into year 9, 10 and 11, what will that look like for your child? So we do leadership very well already in terms of we've always had house leaders and sports ambassadors, etc. But part of what we offer is a whole range from transition points in year 6 right up to the end of year 11, where we will be accrediting students on various courses showing leadership. So we've got community leadership, we've got academic leadership, we've got sports leadership. So these types of character development, allowing children to show what they can do, is something that we're real passionate about at Ivanhoe, and I hope that you will be able to give us a chance to share that with your child. So the structures that we offer, the pathway that we offer through our leadership structures is heading up this pyramid here. So in the end, we'll be heading to head student in year 11, but through that there is a whole student body council that will be helping to shape the way that Ivanhoe moves forward, and I hope that your child will be one of those people who's very interested in that kind of movement through the leadership triangle. At Ivanhoe, we offer something called the Scholars Programme, where we encourage our students to work with a PhD tutor. This has begun in year 7 and 8 and will now extend into 9, 10 and 11, where we can look at those more complex academic skills of research papers and investigating key data and writing up findings. So that's something that we're keen to develop at Ivanhoe, and something that year 9, 10 and 11 will very much be involved in. But of course, education isn't just about what is in the classroom, it's also about that wider experience of school. And one of the things we've always been very proud of at Ivanhoe is the provision of the trips that we offer. So we have trips to outward bound centres in Wales, we go to Belgium, there will be field trips associated with geography, science investigator trips, and obviously we will do the Duke of Edinburgh. So in terms of the whole package, staying at Ivanhoe from year 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 will mean you'll have a familiarity with the way that we work. You will know our teachers really well, and we will be able to offer a fantastic GCSE experience. So thank you for listening this evening. I hope it's been helpful. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to contact me directly if you're currently a year 8 parent, and I won't hesitate to get back to you. So thank you. Good evening.